I'm here in Scottsdale, Arizona, right across the street from the Scottsdale Airport, in a strip mall. This is Hush.
Steak free, stable 20.
The food is just out of this world.
How'd you come and cook?
Was working in an office on the 3rd floor of the building was Le Cordon Bleu. See all these guys with tattoos, playing with knives and fire. I was like, sign me up.
The Italian beef is amazing.
We are starting with braised oxtail. We braise the oxtails in chicken stock.
Make it happen, Captain.
Roasted chicken bones, mirepoix, thyme and parsley, whole garlic, dry bay leaves, whole black peppercorn, filtered water.
All right, how long are we gonna let this run?
About 2 hours. Then we're gonna get into our jardiniere.
What does a kid from Arizona know about jardiniere?
I was working at a place called Taste of Chicago in high school.
There's where a kid from Arizona knows about jardiniere.
Kalamata olives, manzanillas, Castle Voltranos, garlic, chili flake, lemon and orange peels, some fresh thyme, rosemary, oregano.
Olive oil and some vinegar.
And roast them in the oven for about 2 hours.
When that's done, pull out the fresh herbs, lemon and orange peel. Are we gonna break the olives down?
Yep, we're gonna chop them all up. Next step on the jardiniere, we're gonna brine the vegetable. We'll take carrots, celery, and cauliflower and add them to a saltwater brine for 24 hours. Strain that water off. Then we're gonna go in with our chopped house-cured olive,
Right.
Fresno chilies, sport pepper, Italian seasoning, red chili flake, red wine vinegar, extra virgin olive oil.
That's great. That's only gonna get better with time. Fantastic. I'll put this in the cart, start the rest of the dish. Let's get into this.
We're gonna start off with some oxtails.
That's the whole tail.
We leave them in large chunks so that we're able to get large strands of the beef when we pull it.
Kinda seems like showing off.
Salt, oil, just start laying them in.
So we're browned off. Get these out of the way.
Mirepoix, garlic. Cook these down till they're soft.
Bay leaf.
Salt.
Such a big hand doing it so daintily.
Tomato paste, deglaze with our red wine, and we'll add our fresh herbs.
Thyme, rosemary, and oregano. Oxtails back in. Chicken stock over the top.
We'll roast that off at 325, 6 to 8 hours. We're gonna pull them out and shred the meat. Now we'll make our Italian beef. Start off with our brioche butter on both sides, then with a hot pan, oxtail jus, our pulled oxtail meat. Once the bread is toasted, we'll top it with smoked provolone right in the salamander. Then we're gonna mount in a little bit of whole butter, brioche, braised oxtail, jardiniere, parsley, chives.
My mouth right now, it is like the sirens going off at the Hoover Dam. They're releasing water. If you're hunting in Flavortown, this is the crosshairs. This is right there. Not a piece that I want to change. Love the smoked provolone, love the Pullman loaf. The meat's tender. The reduction on the jus is spot on. This is one of the best elevated classics I've seen on Triple D in a long time. Delicious.
Plating oxtail.
The oxtail and the sauce have a great savory, buttery flavor.
The beef, it just melts in your mouth.
So when I hear there's a jazz joint that has a real deal Cuban chef, well, that says Triple D all over it. This is Jazz Bistro on 4th.
Churrasco, order up. We start with cilantro and parsley, fresh tomato, salt and pepper, fresh oregano, paprika,
Mixed peppers again.
onions, cumin, jalapenos, bell peppers, water, red wine, vinegar. Heat it up in the pan.
Next up,
We're gonna make a rico son sauce. We start with the peppers, carrots,
yellow bell peppers, onions, red bell peppers, and again, the jalapenos. Rico Son is going loco.
we got some lemon lime juice, tomato juice, salt and pepper, and some oregano.
Cilantro again.
Water, olive oil. Rico son pushing the blender.
Rico Son pushes the blender. What do we got?
Roll and broil.
Okay.
We're gonna slice up about a 1/4 inch. Add some olive oil. Get that really hot before we put the steak. Green olives, onions, garlic. We add the meat.
That's how I always put out my pan fires. Rico Son style. Rico Son salsa.
Vinegar. It's sofrito that we made earlier. While that's cooking, we're gonna make the chimichurri, cilantro, parsley mix, fresh onions, salt and pepper, paprika and chori, culantro, cilantro, tomato.
Little olive oil and some lemon lime.
So we're gonna play the churrasco. Chimichurri,
Let me Rico it.
mambo, baby, mambo.
Mambo. It's actually dangerous to think of you with a real big kitchen. Then I don't know what would happen. Because if this much flavor is coming out of this little kitchen, you're like the culinary Tony Montana right now, dude.
Well, one taste, one love, one Rico.
So you guys are so gonna dig this one. Here I am in Atlantic Beach, about 15 miles outside of Jacksonville, Florida, to visit a joint that was a dream of 4 sisters. Now, people around here say that they are running the real deal Irish pub in a strip mall. This is Cohan's Irish Pub.
The best Irish comfort food.
They know what they're doing.
Because they grew up on it.
The Culhane sisters, they are awesome.
That'd be Mary Jane, Michelle, Linda, and Anya Colhan,
Thank you.
who opened this joint to serve the food they love.
Recipes from Ireland. Our mother cooked, but our grandmother cooked.
So they brought in longtime friend and head chef,
Thank you.
Olive Davis.
I tricked her. I was like, come on, I just need you part-time. And then I sucked her in.
And now,
2 orders of Guinness stew.
she's cranking out all the family favorites. Come on, the Guinness stew.
Tastes like beer and tastes like beef at the same time.
It's so succulent and melts in your mouth. I love it.
So what are we gonna make first?
Our house seasoning blend. Put it in Guinness beef stew. White pepper, black pepper, dry oregano, dry basil, garam masala, curry powder, clove,
Got it.
nutmeg.
Wow, it's a lot of nutmeg.
It is kosher salt, onion powder, garlic powder, granulated garlic,
Dry mustard.
dried mustard, sugar.
And Montreal steak seasoning.
No,
What is it?
It's a roasted granulated garlic.
Roasted granulated garlic.
Yes.
Who made this?
And me, I did. Yeah.
What did you
now,
do?
Now you just wait till you see it all
Eeny,
mixed
miny.
up. Wait till you see it all mixed up.
Okay.
All right. Can I mix it up?
Go.
All right. All right. And it does go in everything. Wait till you taste our beef stew. You're gonna love it. Top, bottom, run.
Gooseneck.
Yeah.
A lot of flavor, a lot of connective tissue. Definitely is one of the kind of meats that you want to trim, clean up, and cook a long time.
Yep.
She slices, she dices, she chops. So we cube all this up. Meat's all cut.
Marinated overnight in Guinness beer.
Look at that.
Our house seasoning blend. Fresh thyme. Use it the next day and tenderized enough for us to cook it in 3-4 hours.
Oh, let's go.
All right. I am making our demi-glace. Veal bones.
Wow, we're getting serious about the dinner.
Yeah, I am. We'll help brown them up a little
brown up,
bit.
right.
Yeah. Carrots, onions, leeks, celery.
Pop her in the oven. How many hours?
About an
do we
hour
go?
and a half. Put it in the oven.
Holds it down with her foot. Kitchen warrior. Ready?
I'm ready. All right.
Oh, whoa. Let's roast to the most.
Some red wine to get the fondant off the bottom of the pan.
She's serious.
Transfer the veal bones to a stock pot. More wine, water.
In?
In.
And how often are you making this a week?
Once or twice.
Girl cooks.
Bouquet garni,
We've got some rosemary and some bay leaf.
peppercorn and whatnot.
More Guinness.
More Guinness, oh yeah. Tomato, a little bit of tomato paste. It cooks for, 6 to 8 hours, depending
Add
on.
water a couple more times.
Oh yeah. And then we just keep it on real low.
Then we'll take it and strain it, cool it, skim the fat, and ready to go.
And ready to go, yes sir.
All right.
Guinness beef stew. Oil in.
Oh, we're hot.
That's hot.
So there you go. I usually like to stand right up there in a fire suit. You can't tell there's any Guinness coming out of it.
Meat likes Guinness
I mean,
too.
I can smell it. Meat likes Guinness.
We add in our onions, carrots, and the cremini mushrooms. Sweat it down for about another hour.
The flour goes in to make the roux.
Stir that up a little bit.
I have Ngalen. I don't know where I got German from.
Oh yeah, look at that.
I love it. Wow, that smells great.
Barley.
And that's just to thicken it up a little bit as well?
Yeah. Adding a bouquet garni. A little bit of the seasoning blend again. Then we add in.
Look at the demi.
I'll go up high like you did.
You could run your Hemi on that demi.
And then
Just
it
let it
cooks
reduce.
down again. It thickened up.
Ooh.
The meat all broke down. It's all Guinnessy.
Look at that.
This is a good, full belly dish.
Oh, you can smell like Guinness. This is rich, flavorful, full of depth. It's outstanding.
Thank you so much, Chef Guy.
Really nice, rounded, roasted flavor. The carrots playing perfectly. Little velvety texture from the mushrooms. And the meat completely just dissolves in your mouth tender.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
So impressed. Phenomenal.
And the Guinness stew for you.
I love the beef is juicy.
It is the bomb.
It is.
It's always really, really good.
So I'm here in Garden Grove, California, right off the 22 freeway on Harbor Boulevard, about 3.5 miles from Disneyland. Now I'm here to check out a joint where I hear this Mexican family put it all on the line to open and own their own restaurant and serve up real deal Mexican food. This is Sabroso.
Everything you order is going to be good, so it's really fun to try different things.
And chamorro plate, it's hot.
This is the chamorro plate. It's super yummy. It has meat with a red sauce.
It's magical. Chamorro.
Yeah.
What does it mean in English?
That's the shank.
That's the shank?
Uh-huh.
That's a big shank. Go ahead, get me started.
Okay, we're gonna salt him first.
Okay.
So I have to sear him.
Oh, we're gonna sear them up on the flat top.
Yeah.
While those are searing,
we're gonna make the salsa for the chamorro. We have all the ingredients over here. We got cloves, bay leaves,
some coriander, Mexican oregano, Cuban seeds, got it?
Yeah.
Allspice,
peppercorn,
garlic,
onions, and the ginger.
Ginger. Come on. In Mexico?
That one is mine. I had to find something.
I'm gonna tell your mom. He changed the recipe.
So then we're gonna put some of the...
Super spicy with the chili dobro. We got kind of spicy and smoky with the guajillo and pretty mild with the California.
Some water.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna put the lid.
We're gonna drop them in the pot with a little bit of water, and this is where we're gonna cook them low and slow. Hang on a second, I wanna taste that. Oh, it's good except the ginger. I'm kidding. Now we're gonna cook all the mixture off a little bit.
Right.
Once it's done, we put the sauce on there, and then this all goes for an hour and a half.
All together, yeah. We're gonna put some peppers.
Which peppers are these?
California,
Guajillo,
and the arbor. So now we're gonna put the salt.
We're gonna cover it?
Yeah, we're gonna cover now. This is the Peruano beans.
Peruano?
Peruano. We have the chamorro ready here. So we just put some pico de gallo in the middle, queso fresco.
It's delicious, Chef. It's got great texture, not too spicy. This has a lot of depth, not over-seasoned. The meat's super tender. Today is my lucky day. I followed the rainbow. You're my pot of gold.
Chamorro ready to go?
It is absolutely amazing. It's really tasty. I love a little kick without it overpowering everything else.
It's just good food, honestly. Everybody comes in happy, leaves stuffed, and more happy.
The food and the service and the family energy is outrageous. It's been an awesome experience. Very proud of you. On Triple D, we love visiting the joints that are part of history. We're here in North Vancouver, British Columbia, about over the Lions Gate Bridge, to check out a joint that is the oldest family-run restaurant in Vancouver. This is the Tomahawk.
Steak and mushroom pie.
This place is an institution.
Yeah. Beef dip. It's where I grew up.
It's just become an icon.
Yorkshire pudding.
And so is second-generation owner Chuck Chamberlain,
Chuck is the Tomahawk, period.
who took over the joint after his parents opened it back in 1926.
When Mom and Dad started, they had no idea on how to cook. But it wasn't a restaurant, it was more of a meeting place at that time.
But today, folks come for the food,
Mixed grill up.
and that's all thanks to head chef Ann Zubaidi,
Steak and mushroom pie up.
who cooked in restaurants around the world before moving to Canada.
Because I wanted to learn Canadian cooking.
Hey. That's what you say, right? Hey? Hey.
Now we're gonna do the roast beef, top sirloin, so I make a little scoring on the top. And then we're gonna put grainy mustard, Montreal steak spice, and we just massage it in.
Roast off in the oven at what temp?
350, about an hour and a half. We've got the beef drippings. Gonna scrape all this goodness from the pan into my stock pot. And we're bringing that up to a nice sizzle, adding flour.
So we're making gravy.
We're making gravy.
And where did the au jus come from?
We make our own beef stock. We brown
We do.
the
Of course,
bone.
we brown the bones, and we make them from stock. Oh, look how dark and rich and beautiful that is. That's the back of the Camaro, too.
It's doing its thickening, and it's done.
Now do we start slicing the meat?
Would you like the big one?
Okay.
Beautiful gravy over everything.
2 knives and forks.
Go ahead.
Oh, that's outstanding.
Roast beef dinner.
This is Pineville Tavern, and a whole hunk of the menu that's right out of the Abruzzi family cookbook.
Half ravioli, full ravioli, 2 meatballs. Their meatballs and the raviolis are just to die for. Authentic. The recipes came over from the old country. They were brought over by my great-grandmother, Clara.
My aunts made ravioli for church dinners.
And it just gets passed down through the generations.
Half ravioli.
And now I'm the 4th generation in America making these ravioli.
Take me to Flavortown, son.
We use 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 beef, veal, and pork. Nice and hot.
Really break this meat apart. We don't want any big chunks.
Absolutely.
You know what? You just don't see it at fairs anymore. Meat pops. Next.
Minced shallot, minced garlic, salt, black pepper,
Okay.
a little bit of granulated garlic. Give that a stir to incorporate.
Just a little bit, though, not a lot at all.
Just a little bit. There's also garlic in the marinara sauce.
Got it. Let it cool down before we mix it with the cheese filling.
Absolutely.
Dig it? Now we're talking about filling. That's Mount Vesuvius of ricotta.
You can never have too much cheese. About a dozen eggs. Hard skim mozzarella cheese. Grated locatelli romano. Chopped flat leaf parsley. Salt. Fresh ground black pepper. Switch it on. 2 to 3 minutes. Mix it with the meat.
Precise measurement here, or?
Very precise. Right about there. Now we'll combine that.
So we're set with the meat filling for the ravs.
Yep.
Now, was this hammered out by Paul Revere?
We found it in the basement, so you never know.
You don't. Into the piping bag.
And the dough is as simple gets. It's flour and eggs.
It's like music to my ears.
We'll mix it for 3 minutes.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay, so the dough's had a chance to rest, and now sheet the pasta, make the ravioli.
Absolutely.
All so simple.
Get that started. And the thickest on this happens to be 7.
So lots of flour so it doesn't stick and bind.
And we'll go again. Drop it down 1 setting.
Now this will be the triple?
This will be the triple here.
Doing the triple to get it the right size so it'll go through.
Hit it with a little bit more flour. 1 setting less again. Number 3. 2. We're going down to 1.
Look at that. That's crazy.
Fillings in the piping bag, straight up and down. Roll it over. And the other half, straight with the left, cup with the right.
What is this, Karate Kid? What do you think?
Looks great.
This?
Okay, cut them, seal them, and for that, we use our fork.
That, without question, is the ultimate ravioli tool.
We had one made for you.
Dude.
Just press to seal. And that's it.
What's the next step, boss?
Get them in the water.
Now we're just waiting to cook the pasta dough itself. So give me the rundown on the marinara.
Very basic. Olive oil, garlic, and canned Italian plum tomatoes.
San Marzano?
San Marzano. And right onto the plate.
Look at that.
Touch it up with a little fresh chopped parsley and some grated locatelli romano.
Now that's a fork. That is all thrilla, no filla. You got the balance. Exact amount of creaminess. You taste the texture in the ricotta still. Then you get the texture of the meat. And the flavor's right on point with it. The marinara adds that acid, a little bit of that sting from some of that cheese right on top of it. Here, you want to try some? Oh, I'm sorry.
Homemade cheese ravioli is so nice and thin and fresh and delicious and light.
That's how you really tell that it's homemade ravioli.
Chef Michael Simon, I am glad you know all the cops in Cleveland.
Come on, dude, I hit that whole shot headed sideways.
Oh, you're killing me. All right, where are we?
We're in Detroit, Shoreway neighborhood of Cleveland, Ohio. About 500 feet from the lake.
Huh, that's why it's so warm.
Breeze?
Yeah.
Really talented young chef here. He is killing it with, like, chefed-up diner food.
Chefed-up diner food on Triple D? Perfect. This is good company. Old mushroom in the window, runner.
I just can't say enough about how good this place is.
Blows your taste buds out of the water.
And our pecorino wings.
I like anything that Brett makes.
Oh, you knew him before he got here.
I'll follow him anywhere.
That's because chef and owner Brett Sawyer has built a reputation at other joints around town and brought those culinary skills to this concept.
We took all of the simple food of a diner and made it much more difficult.
Just chef the entire thing. Favorite thing on the menu?
Surf and turf. We got 2 surf and turfs ready.
It's a shaved steak sandwich. The au jus has the lobster flavor into it.
I could have sworn that there was lobster on the sandwich. I kept looking for the lobster.
What are we into next?
Our surf and turf. We start with the certified Angus beef tri-tip.
I see the turf, but where's the surf?
We serve it with a lobster beef au jus.
And I'm the crazy one.
Kosher salt, black pepper, chili powder, onion powder, garlic powder, dry rosemary.
How long is it gonna sit on there?
20, 30 minutes. Cook that in our oven, 8 minutes at 500 degrees. Then we turn it down to 350 degrees and cook it for an hour. Chill it, slice it on our deli slicer for service.
Okay, chef.
Now we're gonna make our duxelle, nice fatty mushroom spread.
You don't get to say nice fatty mushroom spread very often, do you? It just has a ring to it.
Butter, add our shallots, our garlic, sun-dried tomatoes.
Sun-dried tomatoes actually break it up a little bit.
Yeah, nice little acidic bite in there.
Tarragon, parsley, mushrooms. We do creminis. Salt, white vinegar, red wine. Cook for about hour and a half.
This is the time when we're gonna see the lobster shells come out, huh?
Yes.
I am dying to see this.
We're gonna start with the beef bones. We rub these with tomato paste.
I love that little trick.
In the oven.
350.
Don't roast.
Bones in the pot. Our lobster bodies.
This is the weirdest thing I've seen.
Black peppercorns, bay leaf.
Water.
To bring it up to a boil, turn it down to a simmer, and let it reduce overnight.
In the warehouse of fun.
So now we're gonna make our béarnaise sauce. Start with our tarragon champagne vinegar reduction.
Okay.
Champagne vinegar, shallots, tarragon, bring it up to a boil, hit it on simmer.
And let this reduce down, strain it out.
Whole eggs, some more yolks, salt, Calabrian chilies, our tarragon reduction. Then we're gonna use our stem blender, And then we have our melted butter. Give that slow drizzle.
Bernaise is done.
Time to build it.
Fantastic.
Favorite part of the day.
Milk bun.
Ooh.
Very generous with the duxelle.
Well, you let that reduce.
Tri-tip, red onions, our tarragon chili bernaise. Top it off.
The Pirates of the Caribbean sword to cut it with. And then here comes the lobster beef jus. I can't wait for this one. Whoa.
The sandwich is spectacular
By
before
itself.
you dip
Right,
it.
Right. The beef flavors through the roof.
Right.
That is crazy.
The lobster really comes out. I cannot believe how much lobster flavor's in there. It is full-on surf and turf.
One of the most whacked out thing I've ever seen on Triple D. Amen, dude.
Yeah,
Thanks,
2
Jeff.
for 2, brother.
Plating surf and turf.
It's a really good cut of beef, and it's so tender.
The haju sauce is the die for.
So I'm here in southbound Brook, New Jersey, which is about 45 minutes from New York City, to check out a meat market. Well, it's not just really a meat market. It's a meat market in kind of like a deli. And well, it's not just that. It's run by a family. Well, it's not just run by a family. It's headed up by a kid. And he's not really just a kid. He's 18. He's a senior in high school. Well, if you think this story is great, I hear the food's even better. This is Joe's Meat Market.
Eggplant parm over linguine.
We come to Joe's because we want quality meats.
They got pretty much anything for everybody.
That's Joe and Dolly LaCourte, who have gone full tilt at their restaurant Meat Market Deli for 30 years. And now their 18-year-old son runs the show. This is crazy. Walk me through it, boss.
I started when I was 12, and I bought the guy out when I was 18.
I was talking to the boss.
Oh.
Yes.
No, go ahead. I'm just kidding.
He is the boss.
He had a meat knife in his hand when he was 12.
Every day after school, I used to come and just watch the cooks.
He wants to take over the family business.
Giovanni learned a lot from his father. He makes everything fresh.
One Market Sloppy Joe.
The Market Sloppy Joe is amazing.
Turkey, roast beef, corned beef, coleslaw, the Russian dressing, 3 pieces of bread. One of the best sandwiches you're gonna eat.
What are we making first?
The brine for the corned beef. We start with the hot water. This is for the Sloppy Joe.
Isn't a Sloppy Joe typically tomato sauce and sloppy and...
We do it a little different. Curing salt, sugar, and regular salt.
So that's not a pink salt?
It's the same as the pink salt.
Right.
Just not
It's not pink.
Yeah, it's not pink, but it does the same
Right.
purpose.
So this is going to give it that red hue to the meat.
Yes, pickling spice, smashed garlic, chopped onions, add the meat and then the cold water.
And that's going to sit for how long?
48 days.
For 48 days.
We put it in a pan, carrots, onions, a little water, and we cook it 500 for 3 hours. Wrap it up, the next day it's ready for use. Now we're gonna be making the turkey, parsley, garlic, white pepper, paprika, olive oil.
Just going to give this a dry rub?
Yes.
In what temp?
375 for 2 hours.
And what are we going to make next?
Coleslaw, cabbage, carrots, sugar, celery seed, salt, white vinegar, and mayo.
Next up.
The roast beef.
Good man.
Salt, garlic powder, black pepper, and minced onion. And then I just sprinkle it on top, put it in the pan.
Get the water. We're going to let this go how long?
2 hours at 375.
Let's make it happen, Captain.
Rye bread. Russian.
Oh, slow down. 3 pieces of bread. That means this thing is going to go.
Coleslaw on 2. Corned beef.
You've sliced it so thin, it's only got one side. Great color, great flavor.
Turkey, the roast beef.
Dead man.
Swiss cheese. Toothpicks.
That's not toothpicks. That right there is like a saber.
Put Russian on top. It's a little messy.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Captain Obvious.
It comes with a beach towel. Yeah. Can anybody eat a whole one?
Oh, yeah. They like it.
You just help them to their car and let them sleep it off? I don't know what I like more about the sandwich. And that you guys are roasting all these meats and brining them, or the Russian is delicious. Slaw's got good crunch, doesn't overpower it. Corned beef is out to lunch. Roast beef cooked perfectly. Turkey, delicious. Really good Swiss cheese, thinly sliced. When a cold sandwich can taste that good, it's because you're using quality ingredients and doing it the right way.
Yes, thank you.
Impressed, buddy?
Thank you.
Market Sloppy Joe.
The Russian dressing, you can tell how fresh it is.
2 good buddies of mine, Brian and Jess.
It's exactly what a sloppy Joe should be. Covered with meat. This is a meal for a family.
Beef potato pie.
The beef pie is great because the beef's really well done. It's very savory.
It's a wonderful mix between the meat and the mashed potatoes.
What are we starting off with?
So we're gonna make a short crust pastry for the beef pie. We're gonna have our flour.
And just a little bit for your homies over here?
Yeah, we just add a little bit over there. Well, I like to make a lot of mess so everyone else
Just
can
drop
clean
a little
it up.
bit.
Some salt, vinegar, some chilled butter. So we crumb that, and then we're gonna add the water, and we bring it all together into a big lump.
It's a culinary term in Australia, a big lump. My lovely lady lump. Check it out.
Okay, so we have our ball of dough that we're now...
No, do not change it to ball of dough. You called it a lump.
The lump of Aussie dough. And now we're gonna sheet that. Now we're gonna cut out our rounds.
Do you normally put flour on the ring?
Yeah.
So it doesn't do that?
You ruined that one.
There you go. I ruined it. I don't remember me holding the ring without the flour on it.
Don't come to Banksy the day after Guy's been here. The pies will be awful.
Make sure that the girls are working.
Yeah.
So now we start forming this into a pie tin?
We are. Gonna trim that up.
All right, now we make the filling.
Okay, let's do that. We have an Angus beef chuck roll. We're gonna coat that in our spice rub. Onion powder, granulated garlic, mustard powder, kosher salt, ginger powder.
There you go.
Celery seed, black pepper. Give that a good mix. Coat our beef in that. And then we're gonna brown it off with some oil. And then we're gonna take that liquid.
Oh, right over the top.
Add a little bit more of the dry mix. Some fresh garlic, red onion, lots of red wine.
Rosemary.
Bay leaves, a little bit of cheesecloth just so we can pull those out at the end.
This will go how many hours?
5 hours at 250.
All right, what are we into now?
Okay, so we're gonna make a cheesy potato top for this beef pie. Potatoes, half and half, butter, and some water.
Water.
So after we've got these to a softness, we're gonna then strain those. We're then gonna whip them on our big mixer with some provolone and some Parmesan cheese.
All right, let's build the pie.
So we have braised our beef.
That's some dynamite braised beef.
And those beautiful pan drippings that were left over, we've made those into a gravy going onto beef.
Oh, right in there.
You bet. And into our bases. If you're lucky, you'll get this one. It's got extra. Cheesy potatoes.
Delicious.
This then becomes our top. Egg wash, poppy seeds in the oven, about 30 minutes, 350, and you have your beef and red wine pie with cheesy potato top.
Okay. The braised beef inside of this is out of bounds. There is flavor on top of flavor, great herb, great wine, fantastic texture. Potatoes are delicious. Love the little bit of kick and the little bit of extra that you're getting from the provolone. From the gravy to the braising to the seasoning, you didn't miss an opportunity to swing. What do they have in cricket? Is it a bat?
Yep.
You didn't miss the opportunity to swing the bat, my friend. Delicious.
Thank you.
Beef pies with cheesy potato top. This is amazing. It's so good.
We have chicken pot pie in the United States. This blows chicken pot pie out of the water.
Oh, yeah. It's one of my favorite dishes here at Banksia.
So I'm here in Sparks, Nevada, just about a mile or two outside of Reno. Now, when you're cruising through a town like this, and you drive by and you see a barbecue trailer, and then you see yourself an old hickory pit, an old hickory pit, an old hickory pit, and another old hickory pit, I bet you they're doing some real deal barbecue. This is Carolina Kitchen and Barbecue Company.
Half-pound pork plate for John.
I base all my barbecues off of Carolina Kitchen.
You can smell the smoke, and it just calls you in. 3-rib platter.
How do you describe the place to people?
I always put these guys in the great category.
We just load up on barbecue, and I have to waddle myself to the car.
But Chef Clay Cobb didn't start out as a Q connoisseur. After working in fine dining back east, he moved to Nevada, opened up this joint with his mom, and got back to his family's southern roots.
His dad was from the South.
What kind of barbecue you guys doing?
Carolina-style barbecue.
What kind of wood are we smoking with?
Almond.
Really? You're doing pulled pork, you're doing wings.
And then people demanded brisket.
Demanded.
And we decided to step up the game, use Wagyu brisket.
Your Wagyu brisket platter?
Super tender, super juicy.
Wonderful smoke.
I've eaten myself into regret with this brisket.
All right, let's get into it.
We're just gonna trim the brisket up, and we're gonna make the rub.
Okay.
Kosher salt, coarse black pepper.
Of course.
Granulated garlic. Mix it up. A little mustard schmear.
I have seen some liberal rubbing of briskets in my life. This guy might take the cake.
Let it tack up a little bit, you know, an hour.
Go to the smoke.
215, about 15 hours. We're gonna wrap it up, finish it off till it hits about 203.
Pull it.
Yeah. We let them rest for about an hour, hour and a half.
You have got to explain to me what we're doing.
Collard greens.
What happened to the greens?
Well, they're chopped and blanched.
Where'd you learn this method?
Believe it or not, it was my Italian college buddy.
I mean, that's a new one for me.
Learn something from everybody.
Let's see how they taste.
All right, bacon, onions. Wet the onions, add the greens, some water, and some beef base.
It's a new one.
We'll let this go for about 2 hours. Apple cider vinegar, some salt.
We're off to the races. Next up?
Moonshine barbecue sauce.
I mean, like legit?
Moonshine.
Shine?
Yeah.
Smooth.
Yeah.
It's good, though. You should get a second opinion on that from the camera and just see what you think. Camera, what do you think? There you go. See, the camera's not driving.
That's right.
Camera, stick with me.
Ketchup, sweet and salt, moonshine.
You do it like that, son.
Liquid smoke, cider vinegar, Worcestershire sauce.
Hot sauce and some sugar. I like this sauce.
Just bring it up to a boil, and we're good to go.
That's some good-looking brisket. I mean, that is about as juicy and tender. That is killer. Some of the best brisket I've seen outside of Texas, actually. Not that I think this brisket needs sauce. In the world of collards, boy, I'll tell you what, tender and cooked down, but still enough texture. That's great, man. This is like you've been working with a pitmaster down in Texas for a while. A real deal. Well done, man.
Thanks.
So I'm cruising down the streets of Los Angeles, and I can find a taco truck about every 100 yards. And I'm doing the same thing you are. I'm trying to figure out which one do I stop at. Well, I heard about this truck that's serving up one of my all-time favorites, and that's Birria. And I'm hoping it's the bomb, and I hear it might be. Welcome to Tacos and Birria, La Unica.
We got a line on Venice Boulevard. Let's get this place moving.
La Unica Birria is the place you will find Birria 100%. Tortillas ready.
How'd you find it? Just walked up to it?
Just driving by, yeah.
On 1 to 10, where do these guys rate?
They about 10 for me.
That's exactly how Yasmani Mendoza and his family felt about their mom Evarista's cooking. So, they built her a food truck. Did you ever think this is what you would do? It's crazy.
Yeah.
What's the #1 thing on the menu?
Queso tacos, crunchy tacos with cheese.
That's all me right there. Is that what I'm getting?
Oh, yeah.
3 queso tacos de chivo con todo.
This one is crunchy tortilla that has the cheese and then the birria on top.
You dip that taco in the consomme and you make magic.
What are we starting with?
We're gonna do the birria paste.
Okay.
Chile, California.
Because these have been steeped in hot water. Black peppercorns?
Allspice.
Clove?
A little bit. It gives
Oh,
it
yeah, just a touch. Cinnamon.
Garlic.
The whole garlic.
And onion.
A little water and blend that.
There it is.
Okay. Really interesting to have that much allspice and clove in Mexican food for me.
This is because of the goat.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Strain this. So the goat?
We add the birria paste, water.
Salt into the pot.
So it cooks for like 3-4 hours.
And then when it's done, we'll pull the bones, pull the fat, but then we'll save the sauce for the consomme.
Correct. This is the chile árbol salsa with the oil.
So you got the flat top really hot, so you can not only cook the tortillas and cook meat, but you can also get it hot enough to saute on it.
Correct.
Got it.
Chile de árbol. We add the garlic.
Toast those off. The oil, the garlics, and the chili de árbol all in.
We add the water, salt.
Yeah.
Try it.
You see him step back? It's got a great acid to it, almost like a vinegar acid. This is delicious. I'm queso hungry. Queso, hurry up.
This is a handmade tortillas.
That's the real key right there. Dipping it in that fat.
And then we add the cheese, Monterey Jack. This is the cooked birria. We chop it, and then we add it to the tacos.
Is that a normal portion?
Yeah. Wait a little bit for them to get crunchy. It's good to go.
Okay.
The limes.
Cilantro and onions.
Chile de árbol.
Gotta put lime on tacos.
Lime and hot sauce.
Bye-bye, folks. Nice knowing you. Going to Coma Town. Without question, one of the best birria tacos I've ever had.
Thank you very much.
It's not gamey. It's not too spicy. It's not too salty. It's in balance. And then you get a great mixture of the onion and the cilantro. You gotta come down here and do that dunk. If I could figure out how to get in the consomme in a kiddie pool, kind of weird, huh?
Goat is wonderful. It's the best.
This is tender and delicious.
And have you had birria before?
I have not.
Never had goat.
No.
You just goat for it and...
Whatever that sauce they do, it just has that juicy flavor.
It's the consomme for me. Consomme is top notch.
1 quesadilla.
When you think about Mexican food, what is the difference between the good, the bad, and the ugly?
Definitely the sauces, but also the rice and beans.
And how these guys do?
Excellent. It lived up to the hype.
I got a really good friend of mine. We're gonna come down here. What would we make next and give him?
The vampiros is a crunchy tostada with melted cheese and meat.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
He'll be hungry for sure. This is my buddy Stilo Brim.
Man, pleasure, man. Pleasure.
My favorite show is Ridiculousness on MTV. It's hysterical. This guy has eaten all over LA. Let's do it up right for him.
Okay? Yeah.
Birria ramen.
I live in Long Beach, and I drive all the way to LA to come a La Unica.
The res, vampiro de res.
Vampiro de res.
The vampiros are great. You have a crunchy shell tostada and you get all that meat on top.
Oh my gosh, they are delicious.
So right now we're gonna cook the birria de res for the vampiros.
Res being beef.
Yeah.
Okay. What's vampiros mean?
It's a tostada with melted cheese and meat.
All right, let's see it, chef. Beef goes in, and this is probably like beef shoulder.
Yeah, so we add the water.
Sauce on top, and then this is the same sauce that we made.
Yes, this is the birria paste.
Season with some salt and let this go for
3-4 hours.
So what else comes with this?
Beans and rice.
Love beans and
You
rice.
don't look like you eat beans
I
and
eat
rice.
beans and rice.
We're gonna make some Mexican rice.
You fry the rice a little bit. And while it's toasting,
The tomatoes, garlic, onion.
chicken base.
Yes. Water.
Are you a spicy guy?
I love spice.
Ready to go.
Spicy.
The rice is nice and toasted, so we pour the mixture in and stir it up,
You gotta cover it.
and we'll let it steam.
Correct.
Cooking beans from dry is the way to go.
It's pinto.
Yeah, always pinto.
Yes. Water, salt.
Just one big chunk of onion.
They'll be ready to go like in an hour and 30 minutes.
Great.
We're gonna make the salsa verde.
Oh, tomatillos.
Jalapenos, water. Let them boil for a couple minutes.
Ah! You get it all over Steel's hockey jersey.
And we add the garlic, salt, and blend. There, let's try it.
I mean, come on.
Oh, that's crazy, bro. That is so good.
Can we please make the vampitos?
Yeah.
Other than that, or I'm gonna eat his hat.
Put the handmade tortilla on the flat top. It takes about 30 minutes. The tortilla cooks slowly until it gets...
It dries out versus fries the water out.
Correct.
Got it.
With the Monterey Jack on top of it.
Then we add our shredded beef. This is a vampiro.
That looks so good.
Rice and beans, onion and cilantro.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Thanks, chef.
You add a little bit of hot sauce, add some limes.
Bro, we being quiet for a reason. Oh my God. It's amazing. Sometimes I've never tasted it before. It's messing me up. The hot sauce is so fresh. I needed this.
The drying out of the tostada is the game changer 1,000%. And the rice and beans are so honest. I'm having a tostada revelation.
Vampiro.
The beef was really good. It was juicy. The tomatillo sauce added just the right acidity to the meat, and it cut right through.
Hot tacos coming up.
This is the spot to come.
And you just keep on coming back.
Chef, you have delivered. The food's outstanding. Trying to show off with my buddy over here.
Amazing, dude.
Thank you.
Right?
Sincerely amazing.
Huh?
Thank you.
This might get me back on ridiculousness. That's what I'm working on. You know, one of the things I love about Triple D, of course, is all the great food. But even more than that is the people that make the food, especially when they're immigrants and they come to the United States looking for that American dream. So I'm here in the Mountain Lookout neighborhood of Cincinnati, Ohio, to check out one such dream. This chef came from Malaysia when he was 41 years old. So he opens up this restaurant. And what people are saying, when you taste this menu, it's a one-way ticket to Malaysia. This is Sago.
Barbecue pork dry noodle.
Sago is this little hole-in-the-wall place. The food here is just like five-star restaurant.
Cooking the curry mee broth.
I'm always looking for authentic Malaysian food, and I found it here.
From Chef Paul Liu, who went from working as a skilled chef in Malaysia to firing things up in Cincinnati. You're doing Malaysian, which is an influence of Thai, Chinese,
Indian, all different countries.
Get a little geography lesson, folks.
One nasi lemak.
The best thing on the menu here is the Nasi Lemak and beef Rendang.
It's curry beef stewed for hours.
Some sambal, pickles, a superb dish.
What are we making today?
Nasi lemak.
Nasi lemak?
Yes. We're going to pressure cook the beef knuckle for 35 minutes.
Lemongrass?
Lemongrass, water. Once it comes out, we will chill it, dice it before we put it into the braise.
What do we do next?
The fresh spice for the beef rendang. Oil, lemongrass, turmeric, galangal, onion. And then we have dry spice. Star anise first. I'm going to break it up.
Break the pot open, yeah.
Yeah. Cardamom,
Coriander,
and black pepper,
fennel,
clove, and cumin. Grind the dry spices.
Puree that for the beef rendang.
Yeah.
Next step.
Coconut rice.
Okay.
This is a jasmine and long grain rice mixture. Ginger, onions, lemongrass, pandan leaf, coconut milk, salt, MSG, and water.
Stir it up, let it cook, then we'll finish the dish.
Yeah, we put all this together and we have beef rendang.
Let's see it.
Fresh spice mix, chili powder, spicy chili powder. You can add more if you like it spicy. The liquid from the pressure cooker.
Okay.
Diced beef, dry spice, lime leaf, coconut milk, toasted coconut paste, salt, sugar. Then cook for 15 minutes.
What are we on to next?
Tamarind sambal, the chili sauce that goes on the nasi lemak.
Great.
Oil, lemongrass, onions, spicy chili powder. This is a tamarind.
Tanginess of the tamarind, got it.
Now we'll put it back in the pan. Salt, sugar.
Smells so good.
Cook this until you can see the oil separate from the solids. 15 to 20 minutes.
15 minutes of torture. Next.
The spicy pickle, salt, sugar, water, vinegar, onion, cucumber, sweet pepper, carrot.
Okay.
All right, we're plating now. Peanuts, eggs, the spicy pickle.
Right.
Coconut rice, tamarind sambal. This is the beef rendang that we cooked. Toasted sesame seeds and fried onion. Traditionally, we eat it all mixed together.
It was such a beautiful dish, and now you have me destroying it. Oh, that is so good. Wow. You have to mix it together, because when you're biting into this and you get this tender beef with a little bit of spice, and you get a little bite of the pickle, and then the next thing you get spicy, that's really, really delicious.
Nasi lemak and beef rendang.
You have this rich texture with the beef, the fluffiness of the rice.
You get some of the spice, and then you get the egg that can cool it down.
You take a bite and keep going.
We're gonna check out a funky joint that is using beer to make their pizza dough, and I hear it's the real deal. This is Dirty Water Dough Company.
Large Fenway Frank, order up.
The best pizza is definitely at Dirty Water Dough.
Boom.
Yeah, Boston strong, dirty water.
Dirty water, like that sounds really weird.
Unless you know Boston's dirty little secret.
Order up.
Going into Sam Sokol's brand. Let's see how it works.
This is special flour. The wheat is actually milled from the middle, so it gives you a real nice high protein and low ash. Salt, olive oil, a little yeast, water, Dirty Water IPA. We're gonna mix this up for 2 to 4 minutes on low and then another 6 to 8 on high. Then we let it rest, portion it out.
12 ounce.
I usually do 20s. You wanna do the big boys or you wanna do the little guys?
Whatever you wanna do,
do the babies
baller.
or the big boys?
Let's see how good he is on his 20.
Oh.
17.15.
Oh. 20.25, not bad.
Let him proof overnight. What are we gonna make?
Steak and cola ready to finish, gents.
The steak is really good. It's marinated with cola, which sounds weird at first, but once you try it, it's delicious.
Steak and cola pizza?
I was looking at unique, creative ways to marinate steak.
This is shredded, not ground beef.
Correct. Italian dressing.
And now we put the cola. And I'm just as freaked out as you are right now.
Little soy sauce.
Granulated garlic.
Pepper.
And some salt.
You wanna mix it up, marinate it good.
So just a little bit of provolone.
Got your mozz.
Why is it always my mozz? I don't have any mozz here. I can't check that with my baggage.
And then you got your marinated steak.
It's my marinated.
Put it on raw.
Cola, the soy sauce, and the Italian dressing. My new favorite combo.
All mixed up.
You might be the one that's mixed up. We'll see about this.
Gorgonzola.
Funk right there, huh?
Your caramelized onions.
Caramelized?
So the nice sweet onion. Put it in the oven for 8 minutes at 550.
All right. Right balance of cheese and meat and sauce, not soggy. Bro, you got a pizza here. It's meaty, it's rich, and delivered on a crust that is up there with some of the best I've had. Chewy, yet tender. It's not overdone with the ingredients. The attention to detail is really paying off, because I thought it's either gonna be a hero or a zero. That's a hero, that's a dynamite pie.
Here's a large steak and cola.
It's just wonderful. You want your pizza to have some oomph to it.
The bold gorgonzola, the strong provolone, it actually complemented the sweet cola of the steak really well.
So I'm here in Inman Park in Atlanta, Georgia, right between the Highlands and Little Five Points. Now, to you and me, that doesn't really mean much, but to the locals, this is a famous neighborhood that's just blowing up with some righteous restaurants like this joint. Welcome to Folk Art.
Folk Southern Fry in the window.
This place is the definition of Southern hospitality.
Fried green tomatoes for table 6.
Menu's great from top to bottom.
And cooked up by Atlanta native Jason Hill.
Lobster roll in the window, let's pick it up.
Who, with co-owner Randy Parks, turned a 100-year-old former grocery store into this funky, folksy joint in 2013. What's the food?
Keep it simple, but we dress it up. Make it artful.
Sort of like a funky upscale.
Funky upscale.
Meatball burger, let's pick it up.
Great meatball flavor. You can barely get your mouth around it, but it's really good.
All right, what are we into?
A marinara for our meatball burger.
Marinara?
Marinara.
Go make some marinara.
We're gonna dump in our diced onions, diced red bell peppers, and our chopped garlic. And we use a healthy bit of garlic.
Okay.
Our red chili flakes. Then we sweat it down our onions. We're gonna put our paprika in, salt, a little bit of sugar. This is my thyme.
Okay.
Margarine, parsley, fresh concassate tomatoes.
Oh, say what?
Just a little bit of water.
How long is this gonna cook?
About 10 minutes.
So you hit the immersion blender into it, then drop the basil in, and then hit it just a little bit to break the basil up.
Yep.
Now we're into the meatball burger.
Meatball burger.
Okay.
So we make croutons and then we grind it up.
How's a good tasty crouton?
And then diced onions.
You're not gonna brown those off or anything? Going in raw?
Nope, raw. Fresh garlic.
That's going in raw too.
Raw, a little bit of cumin, a little bit of black pepper, fresh thyme, oregano. And this is kind of the secret, I think, the chili powder.
And a little bit of salt.
Now we're gonna add some fresh eggs.
Beautiful. Flat top?
Flat top.
Is it one patty?
This one's 3.
3 patties? You know, it is swimsuit season.
That's right. We put on the provolone cheese, caramelized onions, the wonderful mushrooms, house-made marinara sauce, and then our house-made pickles, toss our hand-cut fries. There you go.
Holy moly. Look at that. Love the sauteed mushrooms. Nice little kiss of the marinara. That right there screaming Italian family Sunday dinner. That's ridiculously big.
The sandwiches are like complete meals. It's got some southern kick to it, and it makes it totally awesome.
Bacon cheeseburger.
Is this a typical type of Atlanta restaurant?
I'd say it's fun because it's very much a part of the neighborhood.
It brings a lot of people together, a lot of neighbors that we know.
The natural light makes it really warm, and the old signs just make you feel kind of nostalgic.
Fantastic and unique.
Thank you.
Well done, brother.
Thanks, Guy.
French dip, table 1.
The short rib French dip is probably my favorite thing here.
You get a combination of the onion and the cheese on top of the real rich, tender meat.
It gets me excited.
Most people make the French dip out of top round or leftover prime rib. We're gonna braise some short ribs.
Right now, we're making some braising liquid.
Okay, a little bacon fat.
Red onions, celery, and carrots. Add a tomato paste, fresh thyme, rosemary,
bay leaf,
red wine, beef stock. Bring it to a boil, and then it's be ready for the short ribs.
Season these.
Salt and pepper. Put them on the grill.
So sear all 4 sides.
Top it off with the braising liquid, and we'll cook it for 4 hours.
Now, how in the world are you pulling that out without just tearing off a little chunk and trying it? Oh, that'll be just fine.
Fish out the ribs.
Wait, where did the fish come in?
Take with the tongs, take them out.
Oh, take the short
Take
ribs.
the short ribs out.
I don't know. We're in San Diego. Maybe there was fish.
Finish the short rib in the jus with caramelized onions.
Toasted baguette, gorgeous.
And we'll top it off with the shredded Gruyere cheese. Put this in the salamander, toast it up.
No salamander was harmed in the filming of this show, by the way.
So we got the reduced jus.
Hi, Food Coma. My name's Guy. I'll see you in just a minute. The only problem with this is you didn't serve it in a kiddie pool. Because if it could get in with the sandwich and the jus, I mean, that short rib, along with those caramelized onions, bananas. And?
Bananas is good.
Bananas is good. The bread's fantastic. The jus is luxurious. You get all that nice fat that's coming from the braising of the short rib. A little touch of the red wine and the melted Gruyere on top. It's all the components of what you want a great French dip to be. That's it, baby. This is a made-for-culinary TV movie. Hotel restaurant vet, been cooking since he was 13 years old, returns to San Antonio, Texas to open the mega breakfast and lunch joint, serving over 20,000 scratch meals a month. This is Magnolia Pancake House.
Corned beef hash.
Robert, what are we into?
We're gonna make some brine for corned beef. We're gonna start with some cold water, kosher salt, brown sugar, cure number 1.
Little pig salt.
Helps preserve it, helps give it a little color. Cinnamon stick, mustard seed, black peppercorn,
juniper,
ginger, whole clove, allspice berries, bay leaf, garlic clove, celery, carrot,
mirepoix,
and onion.
Now, how long is this gonna simmer?
10 minutes.
The big monster brisket.
Certified black Angus brisket.
This is riddled with tremendous flavor because of the integration of the fat. The brine's done.
Now we're gonna shock the brine.
You know what this is. This is the punch bowl at the Flavortown High School prom.
We'll add our brisket to the brine, fat side up.
And how long are we gonna brine this? Week?
14 days.
Whoa! This super savory brine, locked in for 14 days?
Yep.
Out of bounds. Okay, so we've got one of these that's been brined. Look at that.
We're going with an onion.
And another onion.
Pickling spice, and then some whole clove garlic. About a gallon of water. Oil on top.
Oven.
350, 4 hours. So now we're all done.
Oh, look at that.
Oh. I've chased this flavor profile my whole cooking career. We'll cool it down in the refrigerator overnight so it reabsorbs those juices.
The brisket's cooled and chopped up. Now it goes to the buffalo chopper?
Correct. Now we take the garlic and the onions, and we put them in the RoboCoupe with raw onions, pepper, salt, and garlic, and we make a puree.
We've got the puree, the brisket, and the potatoes.
Now it comes together.
This is the beginning of righteous hash.
Start with some potatoes, add our garlic onion puree.
And then now, ridiculous amounts of corned beef. It's mixed together. We go on flat top or saute pan?
Saute pan. You gonna do the flip?
I'll do the flip.
Ooh, that's crispy. Hash, and your favorite thing.
Chicken in the pool.
Doing the backstroke.
There's an orchestra of flavor. It is the way it's supposed to be done.
It's been this lifelong quest for me.
On Triple D, we love to go to the places you send us, and this time it's New Orleans. Nice job, by the way. To where folks are going nuts for a local sandwich called a po' boy. So the next time you're on a po' boy patrol and you're in New Orleans, you gotta check out Parasols.
Roast beef po' boy. The best po' boy I've ever had.
Great beef, great bun.
Made with tender love and care.
When it's stripping down your arms, you know it's good.
Best in the city.
A po' boy means a sandwich. You got shrimp po' boy and oyster po' boy and ham po' boy.
The roast beef is the best.
And it's the one that made Parasols a local legend.
This is the best.
Not one of the best.
No, this is the best.
This is the best.
Yes, absolutely.
By the way, this is Ross, who sent us the email and said I gotta come here. What makes it so good?
This just melts in your mouth.
Jeff puts a little TLC in his po' boy.
Yes, he does. That'd be Jeff Carreras.
Roast beef.
Who bought this joint 10 years ago.
Oyster.
And kept things the way they've always been, especially the roast beef. This is what was taught to you?
Yeah, this was handed down from the Pasteur family, which owned Parasols. Take an inside round, get it nice and lean to be boiled.
Boiled, not roasted.
Not roasted.
I don't know, man. That scares me.
And you let me know. To the hot tub.
Just water, no seasoning?
Straight water, no seasoning.
That doesn't make any sense.
Seasoning comes afterwards.
Okay. Now, how long do these go down for?
About an hour and a half.
We're going completely cooked. We're not looking for any medium rare.
No medium rare here, dude.
Just boiled beef. I'm expecting something big. I mean, they email me and say, you gotta go to the Parasol, you gotta go to the Parasol.
We'll get your taste buds dancing here in a little bit.
Now what happens?
Let it cool a little bit, then we'll slice it up, throw some gravy on it, and ready to be served.
Our hot cauldron?
From that stock is when we mix together the seasonings to make the gravy. Some flour, some oil, a little black pepper, garlic powder, a little salt.
What was that, 2 cups, 3 cups of garlic powder?
Pretty much about a 1 pounder.
How much gravy is this gonna make?
4 gallons of gravy.
Wow.
A little kitchen bouquet for color.
And you make this how many times a week?
Every day.
You make this every day?
Every day.
This is gonna go into the boiling cauldron?
Yep. Try not to get any on you, man. Nothing but brown gravy.
Taste this. Wow. I wouldn't kick that out of the sandwich.
No, indeed not. That's what makes it.
You can serve that on my flip-flop. It tastes good.
It's nice and easier to slice once it's cold, you know?
It was like beef jerky, dude.
Dry, no flavor. For now. From here, we're just putting gravy on it, sticking it into the oven, about an hour or so, if that.
Dude, you better be delivering. Roast beef is done?
Final outcome of it.
Now you're going to show me, the roast beef po' boy, that you won all these awards for. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look at that thing.
Cut that bread in half.
Okay, now we toast this?
Not yet.
We toast the bread, though, right?
We do toast the bread.
You like to toast the bread after you put everything on it?
Yes.
Is that enough?
That's for one side, sure. Lock it out, man.
And this is how you make it?
That is pretty much the roast beef po' boy. Stick it in the oven, let it toast the bread nice and toasty for a couple minutes.
Mister, I just put lettuce in the oven. What's that all about? Toast the bread ahead of time.
No, it's not the way we do things around here.
Evidently.
Dig into that.
That roast beef is capital T tender, man.
Oh, yeah, it just falls apart as dry as it was earlier.
From as dry as it was, juicy, meshy, creamy. That's legit right there. But I gotta tell you, dude, that's great. When I saw that roast beef, I'm like, there's no way the gravy's gonna save this. Nice job, brother. We gotta check out Sonny's famous steak hoagies. How many rolls do you make a day?
Between 30 and 50 dozen.
30 or 50 dozen. Oh, okay.
We start with the water. This is fresh yeast, heated up in some water.
This is the big shot way right here.
Then I have salt, I have diamalt.
Who?
Diamalt is the food for the yeast, flour. 11.5 pounds to start with. We're gonna Mix it for a little while, and then we'll add some butter and shortening. Another 12 pounds of flour.
Got it? It's not your first rodeo, is it there, Johnny?
No. The dough starts being carried by the hook. It's ready to go.
Now we take it out, and where does it go?
It goes into a dough box.
For how long?
About an hour. Then we punch it down, and then it starts to come up again.
This is one that we punch, fold, 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 put it back.
Right.
Oh, you should feel how warm it is. What size are we going for?
4.5 ounces. Boy, you're good.
That is dead on.
I say that's perfect.
Thank you. I'm out.
That was perfect. We'll put them on our metal pan. We're gonna put them in the metal proof box.
You're gonna get about another 20 minutes.
That's
10
it.
minutes. And then we're gonna roll them out.
We'll press it down with our fingers. We wanna fold it a little up, turn it over, roll it out. That's good. Then I put these in the metal proof box.
And they go around 3.
Yes.
Next thing we'll do is score them, butter them, and pop them in the oven.
Yes.
Take it. The wonderful rotisserie. Slide her down.
Push it all the way down to the bottom, and then it'll stop.
Round and round it goes. It must be the ones I rolled. Interesting how it gets like a little crackle to it.
Yep.
Great crust, but light. That's a good one.
Makes the whole sandwich.
Like the one folks have been lining up for since 1958. Cheesesteak?
Cheesesteak. This is the second.
Doesn't get any better. And what we have here is boneless ribeye, just a little bit frozen, and you're gonna just pop it in the sleeve.
We're looking for like a 1/16 of an inch.
You cut that so thin, there's only one side to it. Goes on the line, yellow onions.
I'm gonna put a little bit of butter on the side.
Always better with butter. And then cover it.
We're just waiting for it to get to a point where we can break it up. Put a little salt on top, a little butter again. Mix it all together. And now I'm ready to put my provolone cheese.
And that's all she wrote?
That's all she wrote.
Whoa.
Thank you, thank you.
A little bit of melted cheese, thin slice on that meat and the onions, on a freshly baked roll. What the kicker on that is? The butter. The butter is what does that. That should make some folks nervous in Philly. So I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I am looking for what? Exactly. Some real deal barbecue.
You know what it is, guy? With this crate 502 in here, we just got to bump the timing up a little bit. That's all it is.
So you call your buddy Rutledge, who knows a lot about cars and a ton about barbecue. This is the real deal?
This is the real deal.
This is Fox Brothers Barbecue.
Smoke wings up in the window.
Fox Brothers is probably the best barbecue I've ever had.
All right, play it up.
Just one of those places you gotta come to.
Pork plate up in the window. Run it.
It's legit Texas barbecue, and they nailed it.
They are Jonathan and Justin Fox, just your everyday barbecue-loving Texan twin brothers. How'd you guys get this started?
We pretty much just started cooking in our backyard for our friends.
And in 2007, they moved from backyard parties into a massive business.
We smoke probably 10,000 pounds of pork and brisket a week.
Are there no other restaurants? Are we on an island?
Pretty much.
It's
that good. Hey, you put good food out there, people come.
Which includes a big fan of what these twins are turning out, my buddy, Top Gear host, Rutledge Wood.
It is the best barbecue in Atlanta, hands down. Fox Brothers Burger up in the window.
The Fox Brothers Burger is a mouthful.
It's sort of a misnomer to call it a burger. It's not a burger at all. It's brisket.
You can tell it's just smoked all day on the hickory, and your hair smells like it when you leave, and that's how you know you're at a good barbecue joint.
All right, let's get after it.
This is certified Angus beef. Just trim down this fat just a little bit. Now we're gonna season our brisket with our salt and pepper seasoning.
Brisket with salt and pepper. That is as Texas as it comes. Now we're gonna go to the smoker?
We're gonna go to the smoker.
Great.
We cook it overnight, 10 to 12 hours at 200, 205 degrees.
Basically as low as it'll go.
Yep.
Let's go. So now what are we into?
Our homemade barbecue sauce.
Bring it, doctor.
We got a homemade ketchup. We got some vinegar.
Distilled white?
Yep.
Next up?
Hot sauce.
Anybody particular?
Texas Pete, of course.
There you go.
Well, Texas made in Carolina.
Texas Pete, made in Carolina, used in Atlanta?
Yeah.
Makes sense. Next up?
Black pepper. Granulated garlic.
Blackstrap molasses.
Yep.
Okay.
Brown sugar. Worcestershire sauce. Chili powder.
Was that silent grunting?
Yeah, that's what we do in the South. When you like something, you just go,
Onion powder?
Onion powder.
And last but not least?
Salt. Just let it come at the tip and simmer for about 30, 40 minutes.
Beautiful. What are we making now?
We're making pimento cheese.
Let's get into it.
Cheddar cheese. Pepper jack cheese.
You know what? If you're gonna try it, I just feel like I should try it,
You
too.
better get right in there.
Mayonnaise. Pimentos. A little pepper. And for some heat, cayenne pepper. Mix it up by hand. Let's make a patty for our Fox Brothers burger.
All right, let's make a burger.
So we're gonna take this brisket.
Oh my gosh, that's good. Get after it, Zorro.
We got some of our house-made jalapeno mayo right here. Pimento cheese patty. And we're gonna take this beautiful thing and throw it under the salamander.
We gotta hurry up and get this burger out before Rutledge eats all of the other brisket. Rutledge!
I'm sorry.
Here we go. Hit it.
Take our toasted bun. We got some of our peppered bacon, a couple pickles, tomato, onion.
That's a chopped beef sandwich. Call it a burger.
Call it a burger.
I like it. Oh, that's a great burger. You just like cleaning up over there like a lion that just ate a gazelle.
I don't know what happened. I went after mine.
It's super tender brisket. When you chop that brisket up, you get a chance to incorporate that fat.
Yeah.
So it makes it even a little bit more unctuous. And adding the pimento cheese and adding the veggies on top of it brings that burger element to it.
That's Fox Brothers right there. Damn, man. Come on.
That's full speed, man. That's all throttle, no bottle, man. That is just getting it done. A Triple D, when we hit an historic place like Baltimore, well, we got to use the inside track of a buddy who lives here. So regardless of the weather or how busy this dude is, we're at Charm City Cakes to talk to the cake bad boy, Duff Goldman, and find out one of his favorite joints.
Call the cops.
This is where the magic happens.
How you doing?
Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
So you open up the bakery, you've been doing this thing here, but you really come from a culinary background, not just a background of making incredible cakes.
I've been a cook for almost 20 years.
I come to Baltimore, I want to try some iconic Baltimore food.
Locals know, gotta get pit beef.
So where's the best place to get it?
I think probably Chaps.
Chaps. Let's get some pit beef.
All right, let's do it. Oh, sweet.
Isn't that nice?
Come on, let me drive.
Seriously.
Seriously, can I?
No.
Oh, come on.
How do you get to make any cake?
This thing is awesome. That way, I'll punch it.
This is the famous Chaps?
This is Chaps.
Look at that. You come to Baltimore, this is what you better see.
If you don't, it's not pit beef.
The charcoal pit beef. You're not gonna get it nowhere else.
One medium rare beef on a roll.
It is so tender.
It just falls right apart.
Let me free pit beef.
Done the way you want.
Medium well and a medium rare, Milton.
Then sliced thin.
Oh, look at that.
And piled high.
Best beef ever.
When anybody says Chaps, they know what we're talking about.
It started 21 years ago when Bob and Donna Kreger got married.
As a wedding gift, my father gave me this little shack.
For lawn tools, or what was the
no,
reason?
He said since my husband loved to cook, we should put a pit beef stand outside of his nightclub. Fry and a rare. We started just a grill, an exhaust system, and a register.
And learned real quick.
2 beef on a roll?
Thank you. Bringing in so many fans, they had to add on a dining room.
Somebody get the counter, please.
But the beef is still the same.
Is this the best pit beef in Baltimore?
Yes, it is.
Now this is...
It's a bottom round. You put about 6 of these on to start the day.
You can smell it from as early as probably 6 o'clock in the morning.
Once I smelled that smoke, I said I got to get over here.
We're just straight on the grill just like it is. 400 or 500 degrees usually.
Baker boy, what do you think?
That's about right.
I'll melt the gold. Where'd your bling go, Gwen? Can you get part medium rare and part well done?
Here, you can get whatever you want.
The medium rare. They're both rare?
Yes, sir.
Good.
You got 3 medium wells.
I like rare more than anything.
Pull it at rare, bring it over to the edge, cut it.
Look at that.
And now in about 15 minutes, you're ready to start working that.
What are we gonna make first?
Make a beef sandwich.
You can do it. Come on now, keep pushing it. It got to the point where it's really on the rare side.
Right.
I mean, we're almost tartare right
so
there.
that goes back on the grill, and then we'll bring another piece
So this
out.
is like tag team meat slicing.
Exactly.
Hey, look at that over there.
Oh,
check that out. Oh. Now, what do you like to put on these?
Onions, maybe a little salt and pepper, bit of horseradish on there.
Now, how many of these do you guys sell in a day?
A couple hundred.
You know, I like the little char to it. But I gotta say, the medley of the white onion, the really nice, bright horseradish, a little bit of salt and pepper, a great roll, not too much bread. I hate when you get too much bread and it starts to become...
It's all about the meat.
Right. That'll just clean you right out, won't it? Wow.
That's good for you. Horseradish. It's good for you.
Whoa.
There it is.
My toes are tingling. I mean, usually, I go like, wow. Welcome to Baltimore.
It's spicy, it's moist. The meat is so tender.
I give it way past a 10.
And there's way more than beef.
3 turkeys.
They're putting everything on the pit.
If you want a variety, ham, turkey.
I like it.
And then, of course, sausage, too. That's another good.
Oh, yeah. What do you got there, Meat Wizard?
Corned beef.
Yep, they're even pit grilling the corned beef for killer Reubens and combos any way you want.
Definitely jalapenos.
I think we should have it every single way you can possibly make it.
My favorite is a bulldog. A couple of slices of cheese, and we put the sausage on, put the beef on.
Get up underneath it like this. Bring your shoulders. Protect yourself when you're at the counter.
You're coming to my town and teach me how to bulldog?
I didn't think the pit beef could get any better. That little sausage kicker,
This one's got pit beef, ham, and corned beef. Is there anything wrong with this picture? Actually, no, there's not. When the bread won't even wrap around. That is so much flavor. Sweetness of the ham, that briny, pickly spice on the corned beef, and then just a nice smoky flavor from the pit beef. A roll that can withstand the pressure.
This is like sandwich engineering right here. Good mouthfeel.
It is, good mouthful. You so want a bite of this, don't you?
It's great, man.
Well, I like everything they got in here.
I need a rib and chicken barbecue for call-in.
They got the best smoky flavor in the whole town.
Same as always, for 2 decades.
It's like going to a family member house and they got the grill out.
Have a great day, sir. Thank you.
Except they're always open. And they don't mind you stopping by.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
And he came from Delaware to get some pit beef.
I want the beef and turkey.
You make these great combos. Now, can I custom build my own combo?
Oh, absolutely.
For my boy Duff? Yeah?
Start with the beef.
Some jalapenos down, a horseradish. Okay, now we put the ham up there.
Cut the burger in half.
Nacho cheese sauce.
Sausage.
Pickles. We'll chop beef, turkey. Where are you, Duffinator? My brother. Just look at the cascading joy. There you go, there's a champion. Let's cut this in half.
No, don't cut it. Don't. If you cut it, it's gonna explode.
Look at the bite out of it!
Make sure you don't lose anything.
Get over here. Oh, he goes for a double bite. What cheese?
You got
Is there anything right here?
You got
Good? No, you look fine.